Hello. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm trying to show you a picture. Can you see that face? Is that the cutest face ever? That's one of Eleanor's piglets. Oh, that little snout. Cutest thing ever, in my opinion. Let me see here. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Let's see. Hey there, Lisa Clovey. Thanks for all you do. I appreciate you. Mon and Blues Self Reliance. Hey, Barb's Country Home. Hey there, Holman's Home says going to be a little late. No worries. Hey, Craig. Hope you guys are doing well. Hey, Grace and Fire. Hey, Strange Reality. Hope you're doing well. Oh, relax, Glenda. No worries at all. Hey, Rebecca, Suburban Hillbilly. Hope you're doing well. Hey, River Rat Homestead. Hope you're doing good. No worries, Barb. I know, Blue. Aren't they adorable? Oh my gosh. Thank you, Lisa Colovi. Yeah, I got to show you another picture. I got a mess going on behind me because I'm in the middle of some things. So hold on. Oops. Let me try this a different way. Hey, Indiana Backyard Gardener. So there's a little boreling. And there's the other little one. They were out in the mud with Mama today. Mama was getting fed. They're down there. Eleanor is just the best mom ever. Let me see here. So cute. And I think they're sold. I've got somebody coming to look at them. They had put in on a wait list. I actually had 3 people on a wait list. So crazy. I'm glad you're hanging in there, Strange Reality. Some days are harder than others. I know, Blue, right? Oh my gosh. Those little pink snouts are so cute. Oh, and the little hooves. Oh my gosh, you got to see this. Let me see if I can blow it up for you. Look at the little hooves. Are they not the cutest? The little tails. Oh my gosh. I can't handle it. Too cute. Very small litter. But they're healthy. That's what matters. So I'm back in the piano room. Healthy is what matters. One was a little smaller than the other, and but the one is catching up in size to the other, and they're both growing, so that's really good. Hey, Gwen Broke Cowgirl. I know, Blue. I know. I want to keep them all. It's terrible. I need to go back. I need to raise big pigs or something because this is just not helpful. They are. Little piglets are my favorite. I call them jelly beans with legs because they are just, these Kuni piglets are so little and they're just, 4 to 6 weeks is the sweet spot though, man. They are chunky monkeys and they are just too funny. Too funny. So what have you guys been up to this week? Tell me what's going on with you guys, and then I wanted to talk about a few things, and the reason why is because Blue actually got me thinking about this with what she's been posting, and I put her live that she had today. I pinned it in the chat, and I highly recommend you go check it out because she just hits the nail on the head. And I just want to, I hope Blue doesn't mind that I've taken it upon myself. But again, I want everybody to go check out her content on it, her live stream. Mine is more a conversation. So I don't know how she handled hers yet. Haven't looked yet, but she always has some really good points and she's very passionate about what she does. So I figured another person's take on it isn't a bad thing. So I didn't think Blue would mind. So, and exactly, you have no problem unless if it helps one person, it's all good. And I think I take it from a different place. So it just hit me when I saw your live come up and I was like, Blue is really got it going on. Hey, Blue Collar Homestead. Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, Gwen's been up to her eyeballs in tomatoes. Unbelievable. So far, we've harvested rhubarb, broccoli, and lettuce and chive blossoms. So we will see. I started making a video when I started the sauce. By the time it was ready to jar up, I almost said to heck with it, but I did finish it. Good for you. Thanks, Lisa Colovi. I just had 3 robins leave the nest. They grew up so fast. How exciting! That's awesome. That's really cool, Adrian. I love it. I love it. I have a funny story and I'm trying to think of how I can share it appropriately and not get YouTube mad, but also make you guys laugh. So let me think about it some more. Yeah. Ooh, Blue Collar harvested huge garlic. That's exciting. I think I've got about a month before my garlic. I don't know that we're going to get scapes this year, though. They just started to form and the plants are dying off. So I don't know that we will get them. We'll see. The scapes are not near anywhere to harvest yet, but very exciting. Hey, 3B Homestead. Welcome, welcome. So what I figured a good thing to talk about, because I saw Blues live, like I said, I was telling you guys about, is, are you really prepared? And it makes me think of the whole spectrum, right? It's not just we need to be prepared for a major disaster or for SHTF or that. It's also for everyday life being prepared. And what I mean by that is, being prepared because we live in a rural area and I don't want to have to spend the extra money to buy some things locally, or I want to have stuff on hand because I don't have 3 or 4 hours to make a round trip to Rapid City. You know what I mean? So for me, it's having stuff on hand. And that's one thing we've started doing is making sure we have a lot on hand. So that way, if we need it, we have it and we don't have to run get it, which saves a lot of time. And when you start looking at your time spent getting things as money, right? You're saving a lot of money too, because your time is worth money. So, for example, I had to get fruit for Jam It Up June. And I went to my local store to get fruit. And they had raspberries, $5 for a half a pint. They had, and there was only a couple. I needed more than that. They had blueberries, but I did blueberries last year. They didn't have a lot of things. Why? Because it's tourist season. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to yawn. But yeah, they didn't have a lot of things. They were wiped out. And it's just like, so I was able to get something to make my fruit jam. But still in all, like these are the reasons why, even if it's something like that, Then, of course, you take into consideration all the other events in life where you want to be prepared for other reasons. Oh, Glenn, you had to say the word yawn. Now it's getting worse. River Rat said, I didn't get scapes either, and they weren't very big. Oh, no. Yeah, I heard a lot of people didn't get scapes this year because of dry weather. So that would explain it. I've been watering mine, but not as good as last year. Hey, Susie Jacobson. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Sending you love and hugs always. Hope you're feeling better and on the mend. Hey, Xander. Hope you're doing well. I didn't get as many scapes as I usually do, but my garlic was really dying back, so I dug it up. Yeah, mine is really dying back, and it's got another month, so kind of weird. But again, I have not been as good watering it as I was last year, and we had a wetter year last year. So it's kind of crazy. Nice, Red. That's awesome. You've got 2-gallon Ziploc bags of strawberries. That's so cool. A lot of y'all I'm subscribed to and don't get notifications when y'all put out videos. How come? If I could answer that, I think we'd be able to solve YouTube. If you're hitting all notifications, like you're doing the drop down, you should get all of them. But usually you don't get shorts or posts. I have one channel I get shorts and posts for. Everybody else I don't. But yeah, I don't get a lot of notifications either. It's crazy. Xander's tired. Yeah, I am too. I get it. Crashing into a pillow. Fruit can be hit and miss to pick up, and the prices at the moment are bonkers. Yes, they are. Oh, Susie, that is wonderful. I'm cancer free so far. Got my feeding tube out this morning. Yay, Susie. Wonderful, wonderful news. Wonderful news. Hey, Annette, the Cow Emporium. You just relax. Take care of yourself, my friend. A lot of people saying garlic was ready early this year. That makes sense. Indiana Backyard Gardener said I'm harvesting raspberries every day. That's awesome. Mine are just getting flowers on them. They have the most flowers they've ever had on them. So I covered them with bird netting to hopefully get a harvest out of them. Oh, Steve. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, Susie, that is just the best news ever. Hey, Rising Swine Farm. Hope you're doing well. So, what are some of the things that you do to be prepared for life? And I'm not just talking, like I said, the catastrophic events. I'm talking more like, all of a sudden you have an unexpected bill or you have an animal that gets sick and all that kind of thing, right? Because those things can really devastate you. And sometimes being prepared can actually help you to weather the storm easier. The triplets are a week old. Aw, I bet you are exhausted. Pretty soon, blackberries will be in. That's awesome. So, I'm trying to cover my yawning. How awful is this? I don't even feel tired, but it's like I'm just sitting here. When I sit down at the end of the day, I'm like, so sorry, I'm not a good host. Things to weather the storm easier, something to read, veg the brain out. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Absolutely. Something to take care of yourself for sure. I know for us, it's trying to put some money away, even if it's just a little bit. That way, when something comes up, we don't feel like as overwhelmed with the pressure for it. So I think that's, been really helpful too. I know, Xander. My brain needs a lot more oxygen. I donate. Hey, Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla, welcome. I donate plasma and it pays me. So when I donate, I don't spend the money but leave it in until we need it. And it saved us more times than I can count. That's a great idea. So smart. That's an awesome idea. I leave my, ever since we got monetized, I leave the YouTube money. It's a small amount. I leave it and I just leave it in the bank. I don't touch it. I don't use it. And that's for an emergency. Let me go back up here. We have a toolbox from Harbor Freight filled with all kinds of medical supplies for our animals. That's smart. I have similar, but that's a really good point. Having those things on hand gives you peace of mind. And sometimes, yeah, you don't need it, but you know, in the middle of the night or on a weekend when something happens or you don't have a vet available, you have something to get you through. And we have all the kinds of that stuff. We actually have a 3-drawer plastic thing that I bought at a yard sale, and all the so rude. I'm sorry. Pig farrowing stuff is all in there. And then I have another box that is everything else. Gwen says she makes lists, things to do, things to buy, things I want to do in my spare time that might be useful to our home. Good ideas. Susie said the unexpected 2-month hospitalization wiped me out. I have to start saving again. Absolutely. Those are huge things that, you know, no one plans on, but then when it happens, you know, it was a good thing you had that savings, but it does wipe you out very quickly. We don't have a huge amount of storage, but I do my best to make sure we are covered for 3 months of meals. I buy whole grains now instead of flours as they keep better and longer. Smart. Talking about being tired. Our toddler has been cutting his teeth. Nights have been awful and he's not taking naps. Oh, that is rough. That is rough. Poor things are so miserable. I have some cashback apps I use as well. Fetch, Upside, etc. I cash it out when we need it. Smart. Hospital stuff isn't easy to deal with. Susie, check around at your local churches, see if they'll help. Also use reward apps like Fetch, Receipt Hog. The toolbox is a great idea, seeing how the government is trying to make it harder to get medicine. Yeah, and now you have to have a prescription for all of that because that FDA rule came and went. So it's for example, there's a product that is to stop piglet scours when they get diarrhea because they can die very quickly. And I had a local sheep farmer had a lamb with that problem, and the recommended mode of treatment was that medicine. So she had said to me, "Do you have any?" I said, "Yes, it's expired. It just expired." And she said, "That's fine because it's just a little less potent, but it'll be fine." And she bought me a new bottle to replace it. So that was really sweet. But like that's how I got it because she has a vet who's able to prescribe that for her. I don't. Hey, Wicked Awesome Gardening. I hope things are going well with your little babies and yourself. It's been a rough road, I know. I'm just trying to get caught up in the chat. I am way, way behind. Hey, a homesteading hustle. Hope you're doing well, Sarah. Oh, I'm way behind. We use a reward app for one of the supermarkets here. Tanny buys petrol from them every day in the work van, and the points we get, we cash out a month before Christmas and pays for it. That's awesome. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely, Danny. That was fantastic. It was. It was really great to be able to help somebody. 36 people in your house? Oh, my word. No wonder why you're exhausted. That's awesome, Danny. Good news. Good news. So, yeah, I mean, when we found out our first litters were coming, and then we look at it every year before we farrow to make sure we have everything. We make sure we have, um, powdered goat milk on hand. We have colostrum on hand, all of those things just in case. And it's really important to have and make sure it really makes our lives easier and less stress, less stress. That's the thing. I know when Diesel had to go to the emergency vet, it was, something as simple as we had the money to be able to pay for it. And that was less stress because it was just do what Diesel needs, you know? And it's just, I'm talking like you could be saving change adds up. You can be saving quarters and it adds up, and that's really important. And I think the other thing is food, if you stock up on food, and I'm not talking like stock up on food for 6 years. I'm talking like you stock up on food and you don't have to run to the store all the time. You save money from running out all those extra trips. You also save money from paying the convenience prices for something. Like here, things are usually double or more cost than they are in Rapid City. Um, so we're saving money and it makes sense. Absolutely. Putting a couple of extra things in the garden can make a massive difference. Absolutely. So what are some other ways that you guys kind of try to prepare for things? And I know Blue had posted, I don't want to say her business, but she had posted that um, some unexpected stuff came up out of an everyday life situation. And she was prepared, and she said she felt good about being prepared because it didn't go to what she wanted, but at least she felt better having some of that money to put on what needed to be now. We save all our change for a year, then cash it in around Christmas. It's usually $200 to $300. That's awesome. That's a great job. We Ryan puts all his change in a coffee can, and the only thing we rate out of it is quarters, and that's because quarters or some other stuff because we haul water. So we don't necessarily need quarters if we're going to the private location, but if we're going to the town one, we have to have quarters. So we try to always have quarters on hand. Go grocery shopping once a month unless we have a trip needed between time for parts for a tractor. We'll pick up things that are on the list then. Sometimes we can go 6 weeks. Yep. We try to go every 2 months. But this year it's been monthly, and that's because I have an obligation in Rapid City monthly now until November. So because of that, I've been going, and we are actually spending less money, which has been really good. Smart. Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla saves change for the holidays or vacays. That's cool. Having a small amount of savings makes life easier and cushions unexpected blows. Absolutely. We do have enough, but it will mean juggling other bills for a month and playing catch up for a month. So we should be good after September. Yep. Holidays are the biggest expense of the year. We haven't had a vacay in years. We have really reduced our holiday spending We only buy gifts for a few people. That's it. Like 4, 5. That's it. Close family members. Otherwise, we don't. And we've stopped that for ourselves. We just didn't want to. It's more important spending time with people. Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla said staycays. That's smart. Yeah, we haven't done a vacay in a long time. I'd say since we lived in, well, we went to Montana when we first moved here, but only once have I left where I left the animals and somebody had to take care of them all. And that was when my mom died and I had to go to North Carolina. But other than that, we have not been on a vacay. I'm all about building that life you don't need a vacation from. Let's see. Hey, Carla, living a rogue life. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling okay too. Been thinking about you. Let me see here. Everybody's talking about credit cards and points and all that stuff. Oh, the worst part is keeping Tanny thinking positive. He's seen it as another kick and not as another step towards being debt free, which gives us a better quality of life in all ways. Absolutely. Look, life is never going to be easy, right? And so the reality of it is it's going to go up, it's going to go down, it's all going to come at once. That's the way it is. You know what I mean? Hey, Andale. Thanks. All right. Alicia wants to hear. Oh, wait a minute. Had my biopsy today, been sleeping. Sending you prayers, crossed fingers, positive energy, good juju, you name it. Sending it your way. Alicia wants to hear my funny PG-13 story. Okay. I was kind of, there's no minors in here, are there? Right? All right. So y'all know I grew up in Queens, right? Lisa Clovey knows me, right? We grew up in Queens together. And I just want to share the glamorous side of homesteading with you. But please know that I'm sharing it all in good fun. And it's reality. So we have Grant, who is our boar, and they're very hairy, as you know. And let's just say Grant had a dingle hanging from his dangle, if you know what I mean. And hey, Uncle Al, hope you're doing well, Die Bullfrog 79. Yeah. So I'm trying to say this as nice as possible so I'm still family friendly. So anyway, he's got something hanging there. And it's manure. And it's happened before and it comes off. You don't have to do anything or anything like that. Well, today when I go to feed him, it's gotten worse. There's more attached and it's a dingleberry, right? And it's hanging. So I got the hose on it because he's got tusks. And if I pull too hard on a hair and he turns his head around, I could have a razor tusk to me, and I don't want to get cut because they're razor sharp. So I'm trying to hose them and soften them up so I can get the dingleberry off, right? And so I'm hosing and hosing and hosing, right? 10 minutes later, because we have the gravity fed water, I'm hosing and hosing and hosing, and finally get it to a point where I think, all right, we can get it off. So I'm trying to figure out a way that I can reach down there and do what needs to be done without getting a tusk to the arm or to the leg or anything like that. So I ended up I had my feed bucket and that gets his head in the bucket enough where it covers his tusks. So it is the worst blue collar. It is it's the worst. We had that with Sherman one time. I'm laughing not because I'm juvenile. I'm laughing because manure doesn't bother me. Well, when I reach down there, it's like this gelatinous stuff because obviously it's been accumulating in the fur and stuff when his urine. So anyway, I finally get it all off and get the bucket off his head because of course he's just having a fun all time licking that bucket. But I just thought to myself, and I came back up here and I said to Ryan, I said, add that to the New York City girls list of things I never thought I would have to do. But it is way more dangerous than washing a chicken butt. You know what I mean? Because of the tusks. But I share it with you because it's homesteading reality. Like that's what we do, you know? Yeah, good thing you're not eating, no kidding. But it's gelatinous. That's how I could describe it. It was just it was disgusting. But it was all external. He's fine. But I share the story because it's like if you would have asked me when I was younger if I was going to have a day where I did that, no, I would have never said doing that would have been one of it. P.S. He's doing really good. Yeah, cleaning the beans out of a horse's sheath. Yeah. At least you can say cleaning the beans out of a horse's sheath. This poor guy, it was all external. And it was just like, the biggest thing is the tusks. Because he's going to whip his head and turn around. And, let's face it, chickens, you go to wash their poopy butt, they don't turn around and bite you usually. Chickens are strong. He's not going to be too happy if I pull too hard and the hair hurts him. So, but yeah, that's my glorious. I thought it was funny. So it's pretty cool. Let me just go back up. Take that boy to the dentist, get him some gold caps, not razor sharp. Yeah. We're working on doing a lift. It's just in between life and everything else. It's taking forever, but we need to be able to trim his tusks because we don't want that. Because Norman's getting them too. Norman's developing his tusks too. And they are dangerous. They are dangerous. But yeah, so Danny, there you go. That's the kind of things we do as homesteaders. But if the kids were listening, they need to know these things. That way they remember to wash correctly. True. Yeah, it's just, you do what you got to do for your animals. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah, if your homestead isn't covered in poop, you're not trying hard enough. No kidding. We had an issue with Sherman when we first got him where he had a piece of poop stuck as it was coming out. It was like, I'll leave it at that. This one was a lot funnier. Hey, Nature ASMR. Hope you're doing well. Glad you had a good time at the Sky Bridge today. Ann Dale's laughing. I know, Ann. Never thought in a million years I'd be doing that. Horses find wheelchairs very interesting. That'll distract them well. Yeah, the pigs develop tusks. The Kune pigs, whether they're castrated or intact, they do develop tusks. The tusks develop slower if they're barrows, is my understanding. So Norman is getting them. But Grant's are extremely long. And so Grant's look like this. And now they're long enough I can see them sticking out the side of his chops. Poop is a vital part of a homestead. So if you're watching the replay, welcome to Tales of Glamorous Homesteading by Yogi Hollow Farm. Hey, Canadian Family Life. Hey, Suburban Homesteader. Hope you're doing well, Sandy. The stones are working great by the house, Red. The chickens have not messed with that area at all. Working perfect. They have not been there at all. Hey, Tiffany. Hope you're doing well. No apologies. Are you okay, Spartman? Was it coming by you? Just going to go down to the end. It is also glamorous. Out there manifesting abundance and practicing gratitude. Okay, you Sparkman, you're fine. The tornadoes were in Iowa and Kansas. Oh my gosh. I'm glad you're fine. I was worried about you. Well, if you missed my story, I'm sorry. I'm not going to repeat it because I probably would get in trouble with YouTube. But talked a little bit about the glamorous part of homesteading right before you got on. But I was behind in the chat, so I don't know if you were there. Yeah, no worries, Sparkman. But yeah, those are the things that I never thought I was doing. So talk about being prepared. It's a good thing that I had some clean old rags in the side by side so that way I could do what I needed to do. Good morning, Annie. Hope you're doing well, our urban homestead. So yeah, so he's good. He's good. But back to preparing. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing glamorous about homesteading. The funny parts that I find about it are the things that you do that you never thought you would see yourself doing. Like we just do it. We don't think twice about it. We just do it. You know, that's the thing that gets me. You know, you go to dinner with friends, right? And you're sitting there having dinner and they're like, "Hey, how was your day?" "Great, great. I cleaned a dingle off a pig's dangle. How about you?" Right? No worries, Adrian. No worries at all. Enjoy your time with your husband. Or, "Hey, I cleaned a chicken butt." But those are all things to be prepared, right? Because be prepared to do them to make things better for you and for them, right? Because you help to avoid secondary issues if you take care of them. No worries. Have a good night, 3B. I hope you guys get some sleep. Hope your toddler gets some relief and some sleep. Homesteading isn't glamorous, but it is rewarding. Very much so. Very much so. Gwen says we actually have conversations like that at the dinner table. Well, it was funny. I walked in while Ryan was cooking dinner tonight. And that's when I walked in and I said, well, let's add this to the list of things I never thought I'd say I was doing in life. Or finding some poo or dirt on your nice clothes because they needed attention before you went out. Oh, I can't tell you how many times. And it's funny because I don't care. Especially if I'm just going to the store or something. Like if I'm going to dinner with somebody, that's different. But like if I'm going to the store, sometimes I don't realize I've got mud all across my shirt and everything. Why? Because I lean over and the pigs are all rubbing their snouts in me or they drop their bowl and it splashes mud, that kind of thing. Exactly. What are nice clothes? You want to know what my nice clothes are? My nice clothes are? We went to that NRA dinner in town a couple years ago. I think it's like 3 years ago. I see these shirts all over town and we laugh all the time. Why? Because they were giving out these free shirts. At the end of the banquet, they had so many shirts left over. They told people, take them, take them, take them. I probably have 50 of these shirts. They're blue. They're for about a silencer or something. And it's so funny because we all walk around town looking at everybody wearing them. And we know we were at that dinner and we ended up taking a bunch of free shirts. But I wear them. I get stuff all over them. And it's not shirts that I had to buy. That's right. We got to do, Ann. Riverette says, I learned the hard way. I lost a chicken that was egg bound. Oh, I'm so sorry. Egg bound is hard to deal with. Egg bound is hard to deal with because it doesn't always work to fix it, is what I've been told. People tell me wash your hands right after I wash my hands. Yeah, exactly. I think it was you, Jeff, that one time you made a comment in a video about my hands being working hands, basically, because they were dirty and stuff like that. I did a video for Jam It Up June, and I'm like, oh my gosh, my nails are dirty. I can't get my hands any cleaner than they are right now. Like, they're clean. I've washed them. I just can't get them any cleaner because we're always doing stuff. By the way, I made the jam with clean hands, and that was before I took care of Grant. Just want everybody to know that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a mechanic or anything, but I keep my nails short. Just because I'm not a foofy girl. But they're so short that I can't even get. I try to clean under them, but I just can't. Oh, my hands look horrible right now. Blackberry picking, jelly making, doing a truckload of tomatoes. Yeah, they look bad, but they're clean. Exactly. 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 It was just funny, Blue. I was sitting there and I was looking at him and I was like, somebody's going to make a comment that says, you think you could have cleaned under your nails? And I'll be nice, but Sandy can totally understand that because I don't wear gloves most of the time. I don't wear gloves most of the time. I use my hands. I prefer to be able to feel them. The only time I wear gloves is in the winter when it's cold, when I'm doing chores, and that's because I'm often having to put my hand through water and break the ice. And then I reach over and touch a fence. So I've gotten into a good routine of wearing gloves so I don't peel skin off my hands. The other time I wear gloves is if we're doing something with tools like raking or something like that. But other than that, I don't wear gloves. I get the did you wash your hair? Yeah, I've been outside sweating. Yeah, you've been busting your butt outside. How's your garden going, Xander? Working hands are working hands, and the only ones that don't understand that are those who don't have to work very hard. Yep. Me too. Did you just get out of the shower? Yeah, exactly. Oh, I'll wear rubber gloves if I'm doing something hot. Yeah. Hey, LP. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Yeah, gloves make me sweat. Hats make me sweat. The only hat I wear is the one that Kathleen at My Alabama Farm Life gave me, which was the sun hat with the hole in the top. Otherwise, I'm way too hot. But yeah, I wear gloves if I'm doing something hot like that. Not the best. Hard getting dirt for the raised bed. Well, I hope you find it. That stinks. Hey, Nancy, our treasured home. Good to see you. I got some for a neighbor. Nearly killed myself getting it. Oh, geez, be careful. The only time I wear gloves is if I'm having an ick moment with textures. Normally, I just charge through it. I was having an ick moment with textures tonight with that gelatinous stuff. Oh, that was a total textural nightmare. My hands are so callous at this point, gloves would make a difference. My hands are pitiful, but I do use an old toothbrush when I can't just wash away. Yeah, I think I just didn't think of doing that this morning, but I do. If I had to go out somewhere, like for say dinner or something, usually I can dip my fingers in a little bit of olive oil and then use the cuticle stick to get underneath. Or like you said, I have Lisa Colovi actually gave me this really great nail brush that I use. Spartman said I could sweat in the middle of a blizzard. My hands are their own gloves, reusable too. Doing real well, LP. Thank you so much. I wish that things in the garden would grow a little faster, but it is what it is. The 2 days, or 2 or 3 days that we were in the 90s or that we were real hot, things totally took off. I don't have sweat glands on my hands, so they're always dry. But when you're messing with food, they stain bad. Yeah, they do. That they do. So yeah, so our video comes out for Jam It Up June tomorrow. So I've told you the secret there, that I'll have dirty fingernails. And thank you to Gwen. I forgot to put that in the video, but thank you to Gwen for helping me with my peach dilemma. I bought peaches at the store because that's what I could get. And the peaches were not the soft, ripe, juicy kind. They were more the harder kind. So I'll leave it at that. And when you see the video, you'll be able to figure it out. Dry hands can be painful. They are super painful in the winter. Absolutely. Absolutely. I did good with the yawning. See, I was able to hold it off for a while. Yeah, well, they were not Freestone peaches. They were not Freestones because let me tell you, I wish I could have gotten peaches that were to die for, but I'm one of those people who do the video and I'm honest about it. This is how it came out. So they did take off, LP. They did. They totally doubled in size over that time. I couldn't believe it. Oh, when they're hard, your family calls them stone peaches? Yeah, like Jeff, they were so hard. Like, you know how you can bite into a peach and it's juicy? These were so hard. I'm assuming they weren't fully ripe, but I had to make the jam today. So you got to do what you got to do. Diesel's doing good, LP. Thanks for asking. He's been taking the medication for a while now, and he takes it morning and evening. And he is night and day compared to what he was. He's not 100%, but he's night and day. He is able to walk pretty straight, pretty good. He is doing all the things dogs do, and they go to the bathroom, you know, making his marks, kicking his heels out and all that. That all stopped for a bit. So he's doing a lot better. Oh, thank you, LP. Thank you, Resin Swine. Yeah, I'm just me, nothing fancy. That's why I had no problem telling that story about Grant, because it is what it is, man. If you're not going to do stuff like that, don't homestead, because that's the reality. Thank you, Suburban Hillbilly. I hope your dog is doing all right. I know the diabetes has been out of control and you've been trying so hard. That's what we get here when it rains. Night and day growth between watering and rain. Yep. Yeah, thanks, Blue Collar. Yeah, he's doing better. I mean, he's going to be 10. Actually, he'll be 10 on Sunday. That's his gotcha day, but I use that as his birthday because I don't know his actual birthday, but I know how old he was when we got him. The commander-in-chief is doing good. Yeah, he's doing really good. You know, he's 10 years old with skeletal issues, deformities, and the fact that he's still walking is huge because the skeletal issues just get worse every year. They change, they shift, and all that kind of stuff. Oh, Rebecca, that's wonderful news. The insulin is finally working. Yes. Oh, that's wonderful news. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hey, Tom on the plant. Happy Friday. Doesn't matter how old we call all dogs puppies. We love dogs. Yeah, we do too. We do too. That's why we have Yogi Hollow Farm, because Yogi really captured my heart in my life. It was really incredible. Oh, Suburban Hillbilly, that just makes my day. Those peaches would probably ripen in 3 days, picked, even cut up. I know. I had to do the video though, and see that's what happens when you got to buy stuff from the grocery store. I tried to go a couple days ago to a farm stand that was listed online, and then they weren't there when I got there. So I was trying to find places to go. Got to do what you got to do. Oh, yep. Always puppies, no matter how old. My Mia just turned 11. I know. I've seen your pictures of Mia with your other pup. Mia's looking like a mature woman. She needs some curlers for her hair. Mia's a sweet pup. Yep. Yeah, Yogi was a few days shy of his 15th birthday when he passed. 2019. It was pretty cool. I used to call my dog baby dog even at 16. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. We had all kinds of names for Yogi, and Diesel gets new ones every day. But our peach tree is by the pool. Everyone grabs a couple as they swim. That's awesome. That's awesome. So, a few more minutes left. Tell me other ways that you prepare for things. Like some people were saying they just save change, they save points, they save use apps, all those kind of things to be prepared. What are some, and then medical supplies, having medical supplies on hand and all that. Do you have enough food in your house to be able to? And you guys probably do because you're all homesteaders. But do you have enough food in your house to at least last a month? Even if it was slim pickings, do you have enough food in your house to last a month? Because the reality of it is I know here, one thing we've learned last year was if I-90 is closed because of the blizzards and stuff's not getting here for us. So that ripple effect lasts longer. We had trouble buying feed after the blizzards. This is a couple weeks after 90 was open. We couldn't get certain feed we needed. So really, do you have that? Get the family in on it. Good idea. Know what you need daily and have a way to get it on your own if you need to without electricity or Wi-Fi. Absolutely. Have cash on hand. Have cash on hand. The one time I did not have cash on hand, we had a long-term power outage in Connecticut. Ryan was in North Carolina already. We had no power, and the gas station was taking cash because he had a generator making his pumps work. I had no gas. It was the one time before a storm I had no cash. I had no gas in my car. It's a long story, but I'll tell you right now, it was not a good idea. It took me like 8.5, 9 hours to get home from a half hour away. That's why I had no gas in my car. Freeze dried a bunch of food. We have enough to last for a long time. Absolutely. We could probably, I'm not going to say how long we can go, but we can go a long time. And that's because we buy our cow from a rancher, so we got all of it. We buy a half hog from a local farmer last time, so we have that meat on hand. Yeah, and it took me 8 to 9 hours. The roads were closed. I tried to go 2 different ways, and the car couldn't get up the hill because it was so icy and slippery. And then I got stuck in traffic that was like 25 miles long, and we were sitting there. I had to shut the car off because I was running out of gas because we had been sitting for hours and hours and hours because there was an accident. And this is not on a highway. This is on a local road. Let's see. Having food is peace of mind. We could go a month with hopefully fresh caught fish. Absolutely. Great use of resources. We've had a lot of storms this season, and the last one they said the National Weather Service digital notifications were down. So I heard to get the Red Cross emergency app. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to look into that one. I don't have that one. I'm going to take a picture of that LP. Thank you. Red Cross. Be prepared for 30, 60, 90 days. Yep. My goal is 6 months. It'll be slim pickings. It may not be the greatest, but we're going to eat for 6 months at least. Because I think that's really important. Expand your skills and each one teach one. Absolutely. That's why I learned sourdough. And it's just because, hey, I'm going to learn how to do it. If I can't get yeast, I know how to do it. I had to yell at my little cousin to have cash on hand. Now she carries it. Good. If you don't raise big livestock, use butcher box and local farms. Yep. Gold and silver would be better than cash, just saying, if the S goes down. Oh, I agree. I think I was just making the point about cash because when I didn't have cash that time, that was crazy. I don't miss all that snow. Not just about food, but having ways to cook it. If fuel or electric isn't an option, having equipment and supplies for unexpected weather events, hard copy books, maps, and instruction manuals. A lot of people don't realize that. So, like when we lived in Connecticut, we would often have ice storms and we'd be without power. And sometimes it would be a week, sometimes it would be 2 even. Not all the time, but like we're used to doing that. We always have a camp stove. We've got alternative ways to cook. Really smart. Oh, I'm really behind. Let me get caught up. Lots of edible plants and wildlife around here. Learn what's around for sure. Heck yeah, Tom. There's a lot of food walking through our backyard if needed. Hey, Gail Southern Living. I'm actively replacing electrical equipment with hand tools and equipment. Good for you. Hey, Tony, our cabin in the woods. No, we can't do it all. You're absolutely right. Fair trade and community, bartering in the community. Absolutely. In Australia right now, a loaf of bread or 5 rolls is 6 pounds. Where my friend lives, when I was there, it was 1 pound. The scary part is, I think, what was it? They wanted $6 for a loaf of bread, I think, in town that I could get for 3 something at Walmart. Ridiculous. Hey, Angela, the Inquisitive Farm Wife. Good to see you. Oh, everybody's saying hello. The inside of my oven isn't working. Been using the crock pot and air fryer. Oh, you're making it work, Gail. Good night, Jeff. Hope you're doing well. Have a good weekend. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy out there. Hey, Brampton Gardner. I'm going to try and quickly get through this because I'm almost to the end. That is why everyone around here never hunts out here. If we all need, we will. Absolutely. Oh, no worries, Rochelle. Thanks for stopping by. Being prepared is about not letting the situation put you out too much and still being able to have a reasonably comfortable life with minimal disruption. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. So get your house in order, y'all. Get it in order. Whether it's just putting some money away, putting some change away, putting some food away. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not talking about SHTF. I'm just talking about everyday life. If you are prepared for something or have stuff on hand, you're less stressed at the time. If you don't have it, then you're going to worry about how you're going to pay your rent, your mortgage, whatever you have you. So every little bit helps. Oh, hey, Homan's Home said, no worries, no worries. I'm super behind on things myself. But thanks everybody for coming. I'm going to get going. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye.